Good evening. Let me know if you can hear me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and it is September 27th, 2022. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Technical difficulties. Okay, I'm just waiting for that first comment. Okay, hi Melissa, Patricia, Mary Catherine. You guys can hear me okay? I'm a little tardy. I'm about 3 minutes late. That new software that I was using last week decided to not work this week. So go figure. Last week I was using a free trial, and I decided since it worked so great that I would purchase it. And of course, now that I've purchased it, it doesn't work. Story of my life. How are y'all doing? Okay, let me pop out the chat box. Live chat and pop out the chat. Awesome. Okay, give me 1 second. Copy. I'm just going to go share really quick that I am live. Oh, goodness gracious. This, oh, that is hilarious. I'm posting the link to the video, and in the video I was making a really terrible face. So I selected to not show the preview. Doesn't that always happen? That's so funny. Okay, let me minimize this screen and let me, thank you, Kathy. So you got to see the bed head this morning. I did actually fix, not that you call a messy bun a fix, but it's all I could do today. Stephanie says trying to set up her mother-in-law's new phone. Oh, wow. Did she get a new iPhone? Deborah got her chick candy. You're very welcome. I'm glad you like your basket. Okay, I'm going to put my face in the corner now. There we go. And I know, I'm so sorry. The glare is a hot, hot mess. And that's one of the reasons why I was using that other software, is because it was really working really well. Not having a glare. But what can I say? I'll have to do some more testing. Let's see. It's all cattywampus, isn't it? Oh, well. Ruh-roh, Bella's barking. Okay, so we're making 2 projects tonight. Let me explain. So, let me grab week 7. So this was week 7 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. And I always make a Christmas or another version for those that don't enjoy Halloween or don't celebrate Halloween. So this is a remake of the same project using holiday stuff. And then I know some of y'all don't have the Star Treat bags. You don't want to purchase the Star Treat bags. So I changed the measurements and made a much taller one just using thick basic white cardstock. So this one's going to take a little bit longer to make. This one's going to go pretty quickly. So hopefully y'all are going to enjoy making 2 projects tonight. Okay, so we're going to move this over, and we're going to start with this one. And let me give you the measurements. So we will be having chick candy in a little bit. We'll take a little commercial break. Measurements. So here's the measurements. We're going to start with the Stars Treat bag. And here's the measurements right here. Okay. If this is your first time here on a live video, let us know so that everyone can say hello. Hi, Becky, the grandbaby. Olivia is doing very well. Yes, she's officially 2 weeks old as of today. So I love that she was born on a Tuesday, so now all the way through I can say she's 3 weeks old, she's a month old. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. At first, though, it was a little frustrating that she was born on the same day as my live, but it does not bother me anymore. Okay, so I could talk forever. I'm going to try to minimize it. Again, we have 2 sizes. Let's see. I don't know that I can put both of them in the camera view and still work. I was 3 minutes late due to technical difficulties, so that's why I get stressed out. It's like, okay, I paid for the software. What is up with that? Okay, so we're going to open up the Stars treat bag. And how many come in this thing? Because it is going to be one of my chick candies. I think 10. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think you get 10 in a package. And I think they're very affordable and they're super cute. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. And it's made, of course, just like the Halloween one. So we're just going to slide a piece of glimmer paper right inside here like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here, up here, and right here. And I'm going to use What's Easy. And that would be a mini glue dot. So one here in that little dead space right there. And you don't even have to do this step if you don't want to. But since I'm gifting these projects after I make them, I like to put a little bit of adhesive. So then slide it there. So Carrie, this is your first time. Welcome. Chase and Jessica are doing great. In fact, Chase starts his new job tomorrow, so he's super excited about that. Okay, I got to put both of these beside myself or right in my camera view so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm a little flustered today. David had to stain the deck this weekend, and that meant a lot of work. Okay, so I've already die cut the sprig, whatever you call those. We're using the Decorated with Happiness bundle, and that includes the coordinating dies, which is decorated pine dies. So I went ahead to save some time and cut that out in advance. So now we have to do the ornaments. And the way that I did that, so we're going to start with this circle one. Y'all can't hear my phone on my phone. Y'all can't hear my fan, can you? Let me know if you can. Okay, so I need the ornament, the bow, and let's go ahead and stamp the greeting so that way we can get that part done too. So I'm using Real Red ink. My sister and my daddy, so I want to explain why I'm a little bit of a hot mess tonight. My sister, my daddy, and my stepmother are coming on Thursday so that they can see Olivia. Yeah, so I'm trying to get everything clean and picked up and prepare for meals and, you know, all that family stuff. Okay, great. Y'all cannot hear the fan. Lovely. Thank you. I don't know that I could exist. I don't know that I could stamp tonight without it. My sister said she was packing for, okay, this is the stylish shape dies. And one other thing that we have to do, we want to add adhesive to this, to the ornament. So we're going to use the adhesive sheets, which is right here. And I don't want to use all of my adhesive sheet. So I'm just going to cut a small piece. So I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to use my tiny trimmer. And I could have done this in advance, but I want y'all to see the entire process so that you'll understand it, okay? So this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to cut that to measure 1 3/8. Okay, so 1 3/8. And then I'm going to cut my adhesive sheet to measure 1 3/8 as well. Where is that 1 3/8? That's the only thing about this trimmer. It's very confusing. There we go. I'm going to attach that. Of course, they're not the same length. Leave it to me. That's okay. So I'm going to peel this. I better make them the same length first. It took me the longest time to use adhesive sheets because the process always got confused. I'm just going to say, it's sometimes confusing. I don't know if y'all find that. Yeah, so I've cut them to be the same measurement, kind of, sort of. And then I'm peeling the backing off of the adhesive sheet. If I can get it. I'm not holding my mouth right. There we go. That's just the paper. And I need my silicone craft sheet so that I don't accidentally get adhesive on anything. Well, that's a little crooked. Oh well. That's why I have my silicone craft sheet, right? Because I knew it was going to be crooked. Now I've got glue everywhere. Oh well. We'll be fine. So we're going to cut this out, and that's going to give it, it's sticky. It's going to have sticky stuff on it. Okay, so there's that. And then we're just going to use this piece to cut that out because I don't need adhesive on that. I can use my liquid glue. And then we're going to cut another one out using this. And then we're going to do that. So we're going to use the die cut machine now. Okay, I'm not the only one that gets it confused, right? It's a little confusing. It's not hard. It just requires our brain to think, right? Oh, sorry. That's a little heavy. Okay. Now I'm going to give y'all a little tip. When you use foil, if your cutting plate looks like mine, looks like this, it's got all these marks on it, what you want to do is use a piece of printer paper or cardstock or anything. Just make sure that you put this under this so that all this scribbly stuff doesn't show up on your foil. Okay? So we've got our layers here. I'm going to take that ornament. I'm going to place it here. Wait, did I not? Oh, I did stick it. That's right. I accidentally I didn't line it up properly. Okay, so both of these are going to get cut at the same time, but I'm going to put my printer paper on top so that all these scratches don't get on my foil. You could also use wax paper. Okay, my machine is doing the jig. See, and now that impression is on here. Okay, so here's this one. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to pop it out of there because we got to cut a red one next. I hope y'all are not in a hurry. I am moving slow tonight. Okay, so there's that. Well, let me get that piece out. So there's our ornament. I already got sticky stuff on the back. That's why we like the adhesive sheets, right? And then my little here's our little bow. Now, I don't know if y'all have this problem. Let me put my dies back on my magnet sheet. I don't want to lose them. This is not very many, but sometimes I get a lot of little pieces, and I like to take my little Cricut tool and just scrape all that off really quick. You can also use that Pampered Chef scraping tool, remember? Well, I say remember. I am a Pampered Chef user. I love so many of their products. I use their baking stones for a lot of things that I cook. Okay, so I'm going to cut the greeting out now. You can use cardstock on top as well. You don't have to use copy paper, but printer paper is cheaper, so I'm going to always go with that option. Sue Ann, your name was drawn last week to win one of the Chick candies. I'll be showing that in a few minutes. Okay, so I think we have one more thing to die cut. So that's this. We're going to cut out a bow. And then we'll be done die cutting for this one. Yeah, the Pampered Chef scraper, we used to use it with our vinyl way back when we used to sell. I can't even remember the name of it anymore. Back when we sold vinyl stuff. Okay, so there's that one. Now, let's get this out of the way and we'll finish this project and then we'll make the second one. I'm going to fold this up. Put my die up. My husband went to go pick up Chipotle for dinner. I can't wait. I love Chipotle. That came out of left field, didn't it? That's because I'm hungry. Now, where did I put that bow? There it is. Okay. So, first things first, we're going to add our greeting because we want to make sure that everything fits. And the greeting is first. So, I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals. Man, my desk is a hot mess. Oh, I used to use that Pampered Chef organizer thing too for my Stampin' Up! Supplies a long time ago. That little black twirly thing. I love all their products, to be honest. I've thought a million times about being selling it, but I love paper crafting so much. I can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to add, now look, I didn't add the red glimmer. I think I forgot to cut one thing out. I did. Rewind. We have to cut the red piece out. That's what I get for talking. I was rattling. Okay, back on the desk. And glimmer again. I could have cut both of these out at the same time, but I forgot. Okay, so Christy says she is a Pampered Chef junkie. I think maybe I am too. I mean, I really use, like when I make my chicken pizza, it would not be anything like what it tastes like if I didn't cook it in the stone. Same thing with my peach cobbler. If I didn't make it in a stone, it would not turn out. I even bought their cast iron stuff. It makes really good biscuits, and you don't have to season it. Listen to me. I can sell anything that I love. Now, if I don't like something, I can't. Like broccoli. Okay. Y'all ready for a joke? Why did the Christmas tree go to decorating school? So it could spruce up the forest. Okay, now let's get our silicone craft sheet over here, and we're going to remove the backing. Right, we got to do a little bit of surgery. So we've cut both images out using the ornament die, but I'm going to remove this top part. So we're going to do a little surgery here, like that. Okay, so you can see that. So then now I just got to get that backing off of the adhesive sheet. Okay, there we go. So I know y'all are probably saying, won't those pieces fall out? You know, when you die cut the glimmer paper, because it's a thicker substance, it doesn't actually pop out. You have to physically pop it out, but we don't want to pop it out. So that sounds funny, doesn't it? We don't want to pop it out. We just want it to stick to the bag. Okay, so then this little piece here is going to go under that. So technically we're going to trim this just a smidge. Okay, so I'm going to add this to the back of that with a glue dot because it's so much easier. You could use liquid glue, but when you use liquid glue with foil, it just sometimes becomes a hot mess. Okay, so then now I'm going to attach that right about there, and I am going to use liquid glue this time, but it should be okay. I'm not even setting it down because I don't want to take a chance of getting it on my surface here. Okay, how's that look? Oh yeah, the only thing that has broken for me was like the food chopper years ago. Everything else is in pretty good shape. Okay, now this I'm just going to add with liquid glue again. You could use your adhesive sheets, but I don't want to use that much of them. So I just say use a little bit of liquid glue. Less is more. And I just put it in a few spots. Like you don't have to put it on all of it. That should be good. Sporadically. You know what? I just realized that I went live and I didn't even give my live video a name. That's because I was having technical difficulties. Grr! It doesn't even have a name. Okay, final step on this one, and then we're going to make the large one. Rut-row, I covered up the bow. There we go. Now we're going to add this little bow. So the title of my video, which is not there right now because I was 3 minutes late, the title of it is Deconstructed Gift Bag. And the reason I'm calling it Deconstructed is because the next project that we're making, the taller one, was me taking the Stars treat bag, deconstructing it, and making it taller, and actually not using a treat bag, just using cardstock. Okay, so here's this one. You'll notice that there's no red glimmer there. I forgot to add it. So here's this. Isn't it so pretty? The pictures will not have the red glimmer here though, so sorry about that. And we'll compare the Halloween version. So you get to choose which one. No, you don't have to name it. I'm not real sure what name will pop up if I don't name it. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now we're going to make the larger one. But I'm going to do the commercial break now. So we've just wrapped up this one. We're going to make this one, but we're going to do some, we're going to have a commercial break. Yeah. It won't take but like a whole minute. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is Chick Candy, my YouTube Chick Candy winners from last week. Oh, Denise says it says live stream. That's so funny. Well, it is a live stream, right? Okay, so our winners from last week, Shauna won the drawstring bag, the Halloween one. Sue Ann, you won the Bella tote with embellishments. And then Mary Ann won the Take Your Pick tool. So I've already shipped Shauna's bag. Marianne, I got your address this weekend. And Sue Ann, I haven't heard from you. So those are our winners from last week. Now this week we have the Cute Stars adhesive back sequins with a Stampin' Up! Coaster, Stars treat bag with some glimmer paper, a sampler, and then a new drawstring bag. So I'm going to show you those. And the way that you enter to win is when the video is over, when the live video is over, you're going to leave a comment on this video. Okay. So that first one was the Cute Stars adhesive back sequins. So that's this pack of stars. This was one of our embellishments last year. I stockpiled them because I love them. And then also one of our Stampin' Up! Coasters. I actually use this in my office. I have a whole bunch of them around. So this just keeps your desk from getting, wet. All of us stampers have drinks in our room, right? So it's just one coaster. So that was gift number one. Gift number two was just a little sample of the red glimmer. It's the red and white. And then the star treat bags. And then you got Miss Bella here with some ribbon. And then the third is this drawstring bag that I made this weekend. I only got to make two. One for me and one for someone, whoever wins it. Okay, any questions about the YouTube Chick Candy? I'll draw the winner on Thursday. I will leave you a comment on your comment on the video. I'll post it on my blog, and then I'll announce it next Tuesday. So that's YouTube Chick Candy. Right now we have some weekly deals. So this ends at the end of the month. So this is week 4 weekly deals. And don't forget about the Chick Candy over on my blog. I've only had like 90 people comment, which is so strange. So you get 1 entry for leaving a comment, and you get 3 entries for every $50 you order until the end of the month. So hop on over to my website after we stop the video and enter to win. And then this is my host code that's good until the 29th. You get to choose your set of Stampin' Blend markers or an adhesive bundle that includes Stampin' Dimensionals and a liquid glue. Yeah, okay. So my commercial break is over. Any questions before we start making the second project? Oh, yes. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Pretty please with sugar on top. Yeah, so Becky says wait 10 to 15 minutes after the live video is over, and that's when the comments will come back up. So just take your smartphone. When I sign off, set a timer for 15 minutes, and then it should be up. Now, normally I say my free PDF, my free printable, and all that will be available as soon as I sign off. Give me about an hour. I'm going to eat dinner first and then finish it. So, yeah. It might even take me an hour and a half. But the free PDF will be available over on my blog, okay? So now for this project. They're kind of sort of similar, so if you don't want to stick around, I understand. But it is different because this is made out of our basic white cardstock. And I used, this is the die that I used to make the topper. And the same, and this is for the greeting here. And this is the same set of dies, which I know, let me tell you, what is it? It's called the, sorry, designer tag dies. Yeah, designer tag dies. It's a fabulous set of dies. I have already used that one there. That might be it. But now we're using 2 of them, okay? And let me show you, I could not decide which I liked best. So first, I stamped it with Mossy Meadow. And then I thought, well, Mossy Meadow is next to Mossy Meadow. That's too much Mossy Meadow, and it's kind of too dark with this ribbon. So I changed it up and used Real Red. Use whatever you prefer, okay? So let's stamp first. I'm going to take my basic white. I got another joke for you. Wait, let me get a different one. This one's really good. I could get tongue-tied on this one. Which Christmas decorations are the grumpiest? The ornaments. Pamela says she has a hard time commenting after the live. Pamela, if you want to email me, I'd be happy to help you. I can't remember who it said. I think it was Becky said, wait about 10 or 15 minutes after we end and then try. It should be pretty easy to do it on YouTube. Yeah. I know on my blog people have always did not know where to comment, but now that I've changed them to leaving the comment on YouTube, it's a lot, I think it's a lot easier. Okay, I'm stamping the greeting with Real Red ink. That's done. And then, so that's going to get cut out with that. We're going to die cut another piece. I didn't show you all the supplies, so I'm going to show you the supplies one more time because, or the measurements. So now we're working on this deconstructed gift bag, and the measurement is 8.5 by 11. So that is the actual size. Oh, let me move this. Okay, so we're using a full sheet of thick basic white, okay? This piece, I went ahead and cut it out to save us some time, so that's done. And then I also cut out the sprigs with Mossy Meadow cardstock. Okay, so we still have to cut out all those stars and the ornaments again. I did not want to do that in advance because I know y'all need to see it, right? So we'll cut this out in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and make the bag. Okay, so I've got my Simply Scored scoring tool. Now this will have a box template. I have not made it yet, so y'all know that. I already told you. I'm a little behind today. So on the 11-inch side, I'm going to score it at 11 inch. I mean at a ½ inch. On the 11-inch, grrr. It's okay. This is the back of the box. Okay. On the 11-inch side, I'm scoring at ½ inch. I'm repeating myself like I could edit that out. And then at 3 3/4, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, 9 and 10. And then on the 8.5-inch side, I'm going to score it at 1 3/8. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now I need my bone folder. So we're going to fold on the score lines and burnish with your bone folder. So for those of you that are in the path of the hurricane, we will be praying for y'all and hope that everything's going to be okay. Maybe it will weaken and all will be well. Yeah, I know that that's on a lot of people's minds right now. Okay, sorry about the shadows. I could be making little animal images if I could remember how. So I'm going to take my scissors now and I'm going to remove this little bottom section right here and then trim the top. Ignore my mess up right there. That's going to be the back of the box, so it won't be that big of a deal. And then we're going to come over to the next score line and cut. We're going to skip that middle one and then cut here. We're going to move over here and cut that one. Fold that up and we're going to give this a trim. I'm trying to move the screen around so I can see y'all's comments. Yeah, that's the reason why I have to use the comments to draw the winner, is because the chat box is closed afterwards, and even I can't comment it on there. So, like, for those of you that ask a question on the chat box, I can't answer you afterwards. I either have to answer you live or you have to post a comment for me. Okay, so now this is going to fold over like that. So we're going to put our tear and tape right here. Yeah, there's all these different rules of all these different websites, but we cannot comment on the chat box once the live video is over. So that's why I say leave a comment in the comment section. So that may be why your the score mark on the 8.5 inch side was 1 3/8. Y'all ready for another joke? What what did the cat say after breaking Christmas ornaments? Meow. I had a cat once that knocked over our Christmas tree and knocked it completely over more than once. Actually, is that the front of the box that I messed up or the back? Okay, here's the front. So I'm going to put adhesive on the front bottom. Okay. Turn that over and then use something long that will make your tear and tape stick, okay? So now, because we have those score lines, we can squeeze our box, okay, like that. And then this piece that we cut, we got to do a little bit of surgery to it. We're going to cut that part off, okay? But first, do this first because that way it'll center it for you. So you want to score it in half so that we can use it for our bag topper. So I'm just going to place it here and then go across. And it's okay if it's not exact. You can actually fold it too if you want to. I like using the scoring tool because it makes it nice and clean. Okay, here's how it looks now, okay? So what we're going to do is attach the back, but not the front. So that's just going to fold over, and then we're going to tie it closed. So we're just going to add our tear and tape to this. And because this cardstock is thick, where did I put my tear and tape at? Oh, right in front of my face. Because it's really thick, I want to be generous with my tear and tape. So I'm going to do 3 pieces. Yeah. I say I'm going to do 3. Hopefully I left room for 3. I'm all crooked. That'll be fine. It's just my sample, right? You could use the regular. I just like how thick this is. Like you can put something heavy in it. So yeah, you could use our regular. And this box measures 7 inches by 3 3/8. So 7 inches tall, 3 3/8 wide, and it is 2 inches thick. Okay, let me get back to this section here. Okay. This is the hardest part. It's actually not hard, but you want to make sure that you get it straight. Okay, so that's how it looks. Okay, so when it opens up, it's like that. And you could use Velcro, you could use a magnet. Because this is super thick, I just really like using ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to take the, whatever this stuff is called, silver threaded twine. The front and the back are both really the same, so it doesn't really matter. I kind of messed up the back a little bit and accidentally scored. My score line went crooked. But you can see my adhesive didn't exceed all the way when I added the tear and tape. So this would be the back. But they're both the same. It's just wherever your seam is. Yeah, wherever your seam is. That's the back. If you've not used this, it's actually pretty. I think this might be my first project using this threaded twine. And I want to make a bigger bow. So Miss Olivia was a little jaundicey. I guess she had jaundice when she was born a little bit. Not too bad, but she was. And I talked to Chase this morning, and he said, he looked at her and he's like, man, you're awfully white now. She's finally past it. So now all of her color is gone. She's still cute no matter what. I love getting the pictures from them. They send a lot of snaps. Okay, there's that. Now, we're going to do the ornament again. So we're going to get the glimmer paper, which is right here. And this time we're using silver foil, okay? And I don't know if you noticed, on this bag we used the circle ornament, but on this one we're using this one. On this one we're using this one. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So let me get the machine. Chase and Jessica live 20 minutes south of us. Brooke lives 16 minutes south of us that direction, and Chase and Jessica are that direction. So, yeah. Now, we're going to cut out the red one first. Okay, you can't really see it on that side, but I'll move it over. So here's this one, okay? Now, we want to take the, we want to add the, I can't talk, sorry, the adhesive sheet. We want to add the adhesive sheet to the silver foil. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. Well, let me move this over here so that you can see it. Okay. So here's my silver foil. And I'm looking for the adhesive sheet. It's here somewhere. Here's my my printer paper. And here's the adhesive sheet. Okay, that's the right measurement. So again, I'm going to take my tiny trimmer. Cut that to measure 1 3/8. I know. I should move the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I don't want to. That's a little crooked, but it's okay. So now, get my silicone craft sheet. And, oh, I need to cut this too. Grr. So I cut adhesive sheet and the silver foil, the same measurement, kind of, sort of. And then now I'm going to add the silicone craft sheet to the back of the silver foil. Ruh-roh, I cut on the line. Oh well, it'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to cut that out now. And while we're at it, let's cut out that little bow. And we're going to cut this one out. I know we said we don't need the adhesive, but it's fine. So now remember, add your copy paper so that your messy stuff don't get on your scratches don't transfer to your foil. So Lisa said her grands live an hour and a half. I remember when Brooke lived an hour and a half. It was pretty painful for me because yeah, that's like 90 minutes. But it could be worse, right? Like I'm like 10 hours from my family in Tennessee. That's really painful. Okay, there's that one. And then I don't want to lose that. Okay, let me get this off my desk. Okay, let's get all of our pieces in here. Are y'all ready for another joke? Why wouldn't the ornament stay on the tree? It was afraid of the bark. Oh, I forgot to cut the greeting out. Grr! I'm going to do it off camera. Well, I can't. I don't have space. Okay, one more. David's going to be like, what in the world is she doing? Karen, I'm going to make a note about the adhesive sheets on my printable also, so that way if you're one of those that prints my printable free PDF, I'll have it on there. So step 1 is cover the glimmer paper with the adhesive sheet and then die cut. Yeah. Okay. Now, you know what, we're going to cut the stars last because I want to get everything done and then place the stars. So we still do have more die cutting to do, but I'm going to wait till the very end so that way those of you that need to scoot out of here, you can. Oh, look, I have an extra one. Okay. Let's take this piece here. I need my silicone craft sheet again. Okay, this one's ready. And we're going to do the same thing on the ornament. We're going to trim just a small piece off of the red glimmer one. Okay, so here's this one. And we're just going to clip off that top piece with our paper snips. Okay, that's how it's going to look. So I'm going to remove the backing now. I'm going to attempt to. As I'm doing this, it's like, maybe I should wait till morning to do the blog post. We'll see. We'll see how much I can get done. Okay, there's how it looks. And then we want to attach our bow to the back just like the other one. So same thing, I'm just going to use a mini glue dot because it's easy and it's not messy. Okay, so we're going to attach this first. Ruh-roh. Let's add the red bow. I don't know about y'all, but I have officially become one of those people that don't see real well at nighttime. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. Uh-oh. Come here. David said the same thing too this week. I said, yep, it happens to all of us. Eventually. Okay, now we're done with that part. So we're going to add it to the bag, and I'm just going to add it like right there. And you can use liquid glue or you can pop it up. I'm just going to use liquid glue because remember these pieces here were die cut, but they didn't pop out, and that's because of the glimmer paper. So I'm just going to use a little. Some people use a little teeny tiny paintbrush to get their glue on. I've done that a few times, but I don't prefer it. Okay, there's that. And then this is going to go like that. Yeah. Same thing, liquid glue. I'm not using a lot, just a little. So how many of y'all actually have the treat bags? How many of you actually bought them? The Stars treat bags, I should say. And now to add the greeting, we're just going to use our Simply, what's this called? Simply Elegant Trim. It comes with gold and silver. So this bag uses gold, and then this one uses silver. So I'm just going to thread this through that. So Mary Catherine has the treat bags. I think I've given them away as chick candy a couple times too. Okay, so I threaded this wrong. I have to thread it the other way so I can tie it. Otherwise it won't look real good. I had my, I have some downline girls on here, so I already told them, okay, I did that wrong again. Grr! This morning, I was just working away in my studio, and David yells and he says, I'm going for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? And I looked at my watch and I said, oh, it was 10:22 and I had a Zoom call with my team at 10:30. So I had 8 minutes to throw some tinted moisturizer on my face. I went on Zoom with bed hair. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I had 8 minutes to make myself presentable, get dressed, put some tinted moisturizer on, and that's about it. It was and that's not what I did. I didn't tie a bow. Sorry. It's because I'm talking. I'll stop talking now. I knotted this piece. You could tie another bow if you want, but yeah. Okay. So now, I know some of y'all need to scoot on out of here. So the next step is the last step, and we're just going to cut out a bunch of stars and add them with our liquid glue. These stars, everything, okay, so these are in the same die, and then this and this is in the same die set, okay? So these stars do come in the ornament set. I can't talk, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So let's cut some stars. And while I'm cutting these, does anybody have any questions? Because as soon as I'm done with this, I am going to scoot on out of here. It has been an hour, almost. It will be in a couple minutes. I'm just looking for my silver foil. Come on. You're hiding from me somewhere. That's white. That's white. Well, oh, there it is. I knew I had it. Okay, so same thing. We're going to be using our printer paper so that we don't get the scratches. I like using my silver foil scraps to do this, but not tonight, right? My desk is, it's just a hot mess tonight. What can I say? Okay, so, ow. I'll tell you what I did today. When I was making these projects, I accidentally stabbed my finger under my fingernail with a piece of cardstock. And let me tell you, that really hurt. So here's one star, another star, another star. The only thing I wish we had is more stars. So now I have to run it through again. But I won't make you stay here all night. I'm just going to run it through one more time, and then we're going to call it done. But y'all know you're going to want to add a little bit more stars. I got adhesive on my copy paper, so, and y'all can't see the stars over on this side, so here we go. We'll feed it back through like this. Okay, so let's make sure my dies are picked up. They are. And then here's my stars. I probably should have done a bunch of die cutting off camera. Okay. Oh, I just dropped all my stars that I'd cut out. Oh, okay. We'll work with what we have, right? So I like to pop this up a little bit. See what I mean? So I can add my stars. So again, we'll add one here. One here. Oh, there it is. The greeting kind of moves around because we didn't tie it down. So you don't have to put any stars around it. I do like a lot of stars. We're just going to add we're going to call it done with this, but I will be adding more. I'm going to smear on a little bit of liquid glue. And then I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick up the star and then brush on some liquid glue. Yes, I have two Take Your Pick tools in my hand. One with the putty and the other one to hold it down after I attach the glue to it. I feel like I'm playing Operation. Just think, I get to play Operation with Olivia when she gets older. I have to say though, the other day I was thinking of all the things that I can do with her. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things. Okay, what do y'all think? Sorry about my hot mess tonight, but the project is stinking cute, right? Oh, let me close this. And I probably should cut that one off because I do like the mossy meadow. So here's my deconstructed gift bag. And then here is the Stars treat bag. Okay, any questions before I sign off? I'll stick around for a couple more minutes just to answer some questions, and then I will tell y'all, I probably won't be able to get the blog post done tonight. I'm so tired. Yeah, so you know what? I'll have it ready in the morning. So sorry. I'm going to have it done really early in the morning though. So I'll continue to work on it after dinner. But yeah. Any questions? Let me see how far back I can scroll and oh, I have another couple jokes. Okay. What is it called when a cat knocks all the ornaments off the Christmas tree? A catastrophe. I can't even say it. There you go. Now I got one more. What tree decoration can poke you? Ornaments. So Janet says, am I going to do another tour of my room? You know, I will. Probably not until after Christmas, though. To be honest, I just changed my whole camera setup. My camera is now about 2 foot above my head. I have this huge, huge light over there. Most of my walk-in space, I'm going to have to take all this out of here to even be able to film it. Yeah, because it's a pretty small room. I'm not complaining, but it's, now that I have the boom, the camera boom and the light, it takes up all the walking space. But that was a good question. Yes. And I need to go through and show like how I changed my organization on certain things. So I have made a lot of changes. The measurements will be on the free PDF. And don't forget to enter to win the chick candy when we sign off. You'll leave a comment on this video, not the chat box, but the comment section. Okay, so Jackie, it was your first time. Hi, Jackie. Sorry I'm a little late seeing that. Let's see. Okay, so y'all like the tip on the adhesive sheets. I actually wrote myself little cheat notes. Oh, Valentina, you were here. I miss you. Okay. I think I'm going to sign off. Y'all like the jokes? I'm glad you like them. I like them too. Um, I feel like, I always say that if I could sing, I'd sing to y'all, but I sound like a dead duck, so I can't do that. So, but I can tell jokes, right? Um, okay, I'm going to sign off. My next video will be on Friday for week 8 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. And then next Tuesday, we'll be live again with a holiday version. Yeah. So I hope y'all have a great night. And sorry for all the mess ups tonight. But I think the projects are really cute though, right? They're worth it. Yeah. So if you didn't watch the beginning, I didn't know which color greeting to do. So that green one under there got axed. I like the red at the top. Real red. Okay, see y'all later. Thank you.